Hello everybody, Playing with Power here. I am Jerry.
I am Cameron.
And this is a special little announcement for you little fluffleheads.
Mm.
And the announcement is now... Oh, fuck. You go ahead.
Yeah, we're announcing a stream for E3. There's going to be, I think there might be 2 or 3, right? Depending on how long each of those run.
There's 2 that we're probably definitely going to do. There's one we're going to cover in between because it happens before we're able to be together.
Uh-huh.
And then the last 3... That's all I got to say.
Yeah, so pretty much, if you're sub on my channel, you know there's going to be something big coming up. He is involved in that big thing.
I am?
Yes. So pretty much we're not going to be available at all during the Nintendo E3 showcase. So what we've decided to do is, when we get back, what we're going to do is we're just going to live stream it retrospectively. We're going to find
a video of it and we're going to play it and react to it then.
Yes.
Essentially.
And essentially
same with the other 2 that we might not be able to do live.
Ubisoft and
Sony.
I really do want to see Sony's though.
I really, really, really want to see Nintendo's.
That's the one I'm really excited for too. This is the time for them to blow people away. Or
they need something
themselves.
big. They need something big.
Mm.
I think Metroid.
I think Mother 3, finally.
Por qué no los dos?
And if this is who I think it is, yo.
We're doing it live, folks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. he has the best timing. We may or may not have a guest. I'm trying to contact him and figure it out. So yeah.
He may or may not have been on our channel before.
Yes. But...
Has he been? Yeah, he has been.
Yeah, he has. He was at the finale of a series.
Yeah. Well, that's just obvious who it is now.
Yeah.
Considering he's been the only person who's ever been on our channel.
Fuck. Okay, what were we saying? Okay.
Nintendo...
So he had that guest is confirmed, so I am announcing him now.
John Cena?
No, unfortunately. It is my good friend Gnawman from One Evil Calls and the farmer from Blood and Bacon. We had him on for that finale of Blood and Bacon. He will be on for a 10-minute pre-discussion. This is his exact words. 10-minute pre-discussion before MS and Bethesda's press, and 15 minutes after how I thought they did. So.
Now you should tell them that we're recording as you told us this.
As I slap my keyboard furiously.
What are you talking about? You just look at your keyboard and it makes a bunch of clicks.
I love my keyboard.
He literally loves his keyboard.
I do love my keyboard. I love mechanical keys so much. Like, it's unreal.
So this video is becoming very ranty, but what we were saying...
We should probably just start over.
No, this is perfect. This is gold. This is comedy gold.
No one's gonna fucking make it. You realize this, right?
We already announced what it is. Now we're just discussing it. A little bit. But Nintendo needs something big. He thinks Mother 3.
I do. They have a lot of people that they gotta win back, I think. There's a lot of people who are very, shall we say, not thrilled with the Wii U and the amount of games that were coming out. A lot of people called it a drought, and what they really need to do is they need to win all those people back with something big like Mother 3. I don't think Mother 3 was ever released in America, was it?
No, it hasn't been.
So
not officially.
So I think what could really, really benefit and win all those people back and then some would be
the issue I see with a Mother 3 thing, though,
yep,
is because of the fan translation. Because the fan translation stuck so true to the original that you know they're not going to be allowed to do in American. Just some of the stuff that's in the game, there's like an entire town of cross-dressing transvestites. Mm-hmm. That's not going to fly in America. That's not something that goes.
Possibly. I think it'd be fine.
I might be
It'd
wrong
probably
about
get
an entire town of transvestites because I don't know exactly. I've never played the game, but I know there's a heavy focus on something like that.
Right, but it would probably just end up getting a T rating as opposed to an E, which is fine.
Except they would probably just end up censoring parts of it, that's where the people would end up getting like crossed from it, and it could end up angering more people than pleasing.
Right, but that's why they need to bring it unadulterated into to America. That's going to be the thing they do. They
don't put clothes on Mr. Saturn.
They need to.
I think something like Metroid would go over bigger for this. I know you would mark out for a Metroid.
Oh, definitely. I bought a Wii just for the Metroid trilogy.
Yeah, Metroid. I'm not a huge fan of the Metroid games. I'm really not, but I know how big they are. So.
Yeah. It's been a long time since people from the Metroid fan base got real love, like a real main series love.
Federation Force.
That split the fan base so fucking hard.
It really didn't even split the fan base. The fan base basically just split from Nintendo.
So many people were angry. So many people fucking despised it. So many fucking people walked away from it. It's not what we wanted.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be on for definite, for sure, is Microsoft and Bethesda. In between, we'll try to do something about EA.
Yeah, by the way, since we did a Nintendo predictions, do you want to do Microsoft or hold off on that, or possibly Sony and whatever else we're going to miss?
I really don't know what to expect from any of the other ones.
Really?
Yeah, Microsoft, I'm expecting the Scorpio.
Yeah.
That's an obvious one.
For when it comes to Sony, I want them to reveal more about the God of War game.
I think they're going to do more with Hideo
Kojima?
Yes, with his game.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, I think they're going to show more about that.
They should focus on that as well, but I think that a lot
God
of
of War
people,
needs some love too.
No, I would say it needs a lot more love than most of the games on there, because God of War is one of those fucking franchises that has such a strong following and has had it since the first game.
Kratos for Smash Brothers.
The first two games were classics, like instantly became classic. Like, I cannot think of a game better suited, classic PS2, other than God of War 1 and 2. Those two fucking games are some of the best PlayStation 2 games you can buy. And I think what really needs to happen is they need to... When I watched the first trailer, I was so worried they're going to try to Last of Us this bullshit, where they're going to try to make Kratos feeling or something, like, oh my god, he's a loving father or whatever. It's just not how Kratos is.
I watched the trailer. I definitely didn't feel him as a loving father. I felt him as like someone who's just kind of thrust into the role of having to be a loving father. And not that he actually is one.
But usually what happens, if you've played God of War 3, you know what ends up happening. When he opens up Pandora's box and Pandora goes in there and he fucking regrets it because he's grown an attachment to her. I'm hoping that doesn't happen where it's like... Because at first, when he first met Pandora, it was just like, oh, fuck you. Yeah, you're some stupid bitch. You just slightly remind me of my daughter.
That's exactly how he's going to talk to his son when he meets him.
But what I'm saying is that Kratos has, even in times of emotion, is super distant. Like, he's super hardcore and callous. Well, and I think that needs to be the center point, because that's who Kratos is. He's a badass motherfucker who does not give a fuck about the guts and blood that's spilled on him, and he will kill anyone and anything that gets in his way.
See, I kind of think that showing a slightly more human side to him would be good too, though. Not as dramatic as like something like The Last of Us or something like that, but showing that he is capable of loving his son at least. Right,
but that's what I'm saying. It shows in the first couple of games that he was capable of it at one time. He regrets every action he made, like calling to Ares to save him from death and becoming enslaved. He regrets it because it got his wife and kid killed, and he regrets it. That's why he's on the mission in the first one. He was out for redemption, and he never got it. In the second game, it was revoked. Well, technically he got it in the first game, it was revoked. So he become callous, and of course, you fucking kill all the gods in the third game and get that revenge and get kind of that satisfaction. But the problem that needs to be addressed is at the end of God of War 3, I'm spoiling a shit ton, but I don't give a shit, is that he kills himself. He destroys himself, and what ends up happening is that he killed pretty much everyone in the fucking world. And they're all like souls bound,
I don't want to cut you short, but we're not doing a God of War history lesson.
But I'm just saying, no, this is important because of one of my predictions, but they have to address, in short, how he got back from that. What happened? Was it just Greece that was destroyed like that? Or was it the entire world because the balance of the entire life and death was destroyed when he killed people like Hades and so on and so forth?
Don't you think that's something that'd be more fun to learn in-game than being spoiled before you get the game?
I actually think that is. I don't want them to just, like, thrust it upon you, but it needs to be addressed. You need to have this explanation. There can't just be like, oh, well...
I do actually have a prediction for another company.
You do?
I do.
Go ahead.
I think Microsoft is going to show off another Halo game.
No. Halo?
Like a remastered Halo for the Scorpio.
No, they've never released Halo. I mean, they just never do it. I mean, there's only, like, how many? 2? 3?
The last Halo that was around, it looked like it was going to be really good at E3 with that very short trailer. And then they just decided to unzip their flies and drop pants on it.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
It means they crapped on it.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But EA. Predictions on EA. FIFA. I have a feeling it's going to be FIFA, Madden. Madden coming to Steam would be huge.
You know what would blow people's testicles open?
What?
If they announced a Return to the Roots Medal of Honor. If they stopped this warfighter bullshit and went like underground level of World War II. Because those motherfuckers were the ones who even started that genre in this manner, the FPS World War II, and really made it super unique.
I beg to differ.
What do you mean?
There is one game that I can think of that did it before Medal of Honor.
Wolfenstein.
No.
Yes.
Age of Empires.
What?
Yep.
It's an FPS? No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yes, that is my final answer.
You are correct. You've won the final Jeopardy question. You are now Ken Jennings.
Well, yeah, that needs to come back, and they need to do it right. I would shoot myself in the balls for a Medal of Honor Underground remake, like a complete ground-up remake.
What about Bethesda? I have a slight prediction from them.
If it's another Elder Scrolls game, I'm sure they'll ruin. And
no, it's about Skyrim actually.
Which is an Elder Scrolls game.
More about Skyrim for Switch.
Maybe.
I think that there's going to be something in there that kind of be like a Nintendo shout-out type thing.
Yeah.
Because I know on the Microsoft, on the other versions, they have Notch's pickaxe in the game.
In what?
Notch's pickaxe in the game.
In Skyrim?
Yeah, it's in Skyrim. It's called Notch's pickaxe.
Huh.
It's a reference to Minecraft.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it would be replaced with something like maybe the Master Sword.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think they might add a couple things like that, like a couple nods to Nintendo.
It'd just be another fucking weapon that you get and throw away.
Yeah, probably.
There are so many of those. So many.
Then Ubisoft. Oh, wait, you didn't give any predictions for Bethesda.
Yeah, I said that there's a possibility for a new Elder Scrolls game for them to fuck up.
Do they make Far Cry?
That's Ubisoft.
Oh, okay, we'll get into the next.
But I think that they did announce, I think, elsewhere Elder Scrolls 6.
Sorry if you guys can hear my chair. It's very uncomfortable.
I don't think they actually ever. No, they never actually talked about it.
And what about a new Fallout?
I don't know. I want to say those are like their two games. Like, is
Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
what else does Bethesda do?
There are a lot of like Arcane Studios did Prey, they did Dishonored and stuff, and they have id, which would fall under them. So they might even talk about something like a new Wolfenstein, or possibly even Quake Champions, which I want. I want to see shit on Quake Champions.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Id is an under thingy of Bethesda. It's one of their developers.
One of their second parties.
Yes.
I guess you could call it.
And it would be super awesome for them to come out and say Wolfenstein. I would love to hear...
It'd be funny. They open the show, they just have someone go out, Wolfenstein. Leave, and that's all you hear about it.
No, he frantically runs out as fast as he can, screaming Wolfenstein from one side of the fucking stage to the other.
Greatest way to announce a game.
Oh man, I fucking love Wolfenstein. I was trying to play the New Order on my PC. It runs like shit.
Wolfenstein June 30th, Wolfenstein June 30th, Wolfenstein June 30th. You know, just something like that.
Yeah.
Crashes into the wall on the other side. Dead.
But I'm really excited for a new Wolfenstein.
And
love that.
Ubisoft, or Ubisoft.
They're of course gonna talk about fucking Far Cry.
Yeah,
that's their thing, and probably a new Assassin's Creed. See, the problem with a lot of these devs nowadays is that they just recycle things. Like, they make sequels or remakes.
That's funny, because nothing that we said for any of these companies was something about a new IP.
Yeah, it's because...
But the thing is I know Nintendo's going to have one there.
I knew that there was one for some pirate ship bullshit for Xbox. I don't know. Sea of Thieves. I don't know if they'll talk about that.
Who knows?
But
maybe it'll have something. Maybe it'll have something if you play it on the Scorpio.
The problem is when you talk about Microsoft, nothing Microsoft is truly a exclusive anymore. Gears of War 4, that's now on PC. So everything that they could put out, We Happy Few, that's on PC as well. So nothing that Microsoft has is exclusive, which is why it's so hard to justify paying so much for Xbox One.
The only exclusives they really have is Halo. And really, that's not worth buying a console for.
Gears of War as well.
You just said Gears of War was on the...
Oh, yeah. But I think Halo is also on the PC. No, wait. It's only the first one that ever got a PC release.
Yeah, so they technically only have Halo.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But on Sony...
Actually, there's actual... Sony, that's I just thought of something else they'll talk about.
I did as well.
I think... you go first.
I think... Now, I was talking to one of the guys at GameStop. You guys know I frequent the GameStop up the street from my house. And he said that there is a Yakuza remake. The first Yakuza game is getting a remake on the PS4. I would fucking love if they showed that off. It's Sega, but it is exclusive to the PS4. You can't buy that anywhere else.
That's something that we haven't really taken into account is Sega.
Yeah.
Sega has a couple big games coming out, and they have to talk about them somewhere. They don't have their own press conference.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that they might, because of the Yakuza remakes, I think it's coming out in August, actually.
I think they'll talk about that for Sony.
Yeah.
I think they'll talk about one of the two new Sonic games for Microsoft, and the other for Nintendo. I think Sega's going to be like a big thing in this whole thing. I think they're going to be a dark horse.
A dark horse? What does that mean?
Yes. Like they're going to come out of nowhere and just steal the show.
I don't know if they'll steal the show.
I don't either.
I doubt it's Sega.
The Sonic games, I will say, I like the look of Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
As weird as it is to see custom characters in Sonic, I like it.
I don't. All those fucking fan pictures and shit.
The thing about it is, there's actually something to each character. there's like 7 different species,
Yeah.
and each one has a special thing that they can do. Like the bird can double jump, the bear can homing attack, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a creative way to add something different to each one, I think.
Yeah. Wait.
And Sonic Mania, I think, is looking really good too.
Yeah.
It's basically just a Sonic flashback thing, throwback.
Oh, like
They're
the
making a
Gems
2D
collection
Sonic.
and shit.
Well, not exactly, because it's a new game, but with older levels in it as well.
So like Generations, kind of.
No, because it's only 2D, and it uses the 2D art style that they used to use.
All right. Sonic Episode 4, like?
No, this looks like Sonic and Knuckles Sonic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hear that, Sammy Classic Sonic fan? You're finally getting what you want. Probably not.
It's all your fault for ruining the Sonic fanbase.
You and you freaking adventure fantasizer fricks.
Do we really need a Sonic 06 sequel?
Do we need a Sonic Adventure 3, you freaks? I'm going to watch that as soon as you get off. You realize that? I have to say, completely unrelated to E3 and what this video is about. I fucking love that kid so much for his unintentional comedy.
I think that's on purpose.
He's genius. If it's on purpose, he's brilliant.
I mean, I think
brilliant.
it's on purpose.
It could be. I don't know, but it's genius.
I think it's on purpose.
You can do shit on purpose and be genius. There's nothing mutually exclusive.
So, like I was saying, back onto subject, there is actually one new IP that I know is going to be shown at E3 by Nintendo.
What is that?
That's ARMS. They're going to show more about ARMS at E3.
Yeah.
That is a new IP. The problem with new IPs nowadays for something like Nintendo, they're very uncreative naming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really hope ARMS gets a sequel called Legs.
You're probably not. It saddens me. You're not the only one who's probably made that joke.
Oh no, I know I'm not. I know I'm not.
It's probably
the only
been
one.
said a million times, and it sucks.
But I genuinely want a sequel to this game called Legs.
I don't think I've seen anything on ARMS actually.
Or give it a sequel and call it I Gave You an Arm and a Leg.
Too
Just
far.
like you chop an arm and a leg off to have to buy the game.
No, not working.
Just sever your own limbs
Stop.
to buy it.
It's not working. Stop.
But that's the only company that I know for a fact is going to be showing off something new.
Yeah, and for
my other Sony prediction, by the way,
yeah,
because that somehow spun into this whole thing. You were with the Yakuza one.
yeah.
But my other Sony prediction, they're gonna talk about The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, that's a given. Naughty Dog's gonna come on stage and talk about it.
Oh yeah, and maybe that new Crash Bandicoot reboot, if that's not already out. Remake, not reboot.
Yeah, that looks sick. I would love a remake of that game, of those games.
They made a remake of Crash Bandicoot,
Mm-hmm.
the original. I don't know if it's out yet though. It might be.
I don't think it is, but we'll see.
If it's not, expect it at E3.
And most of our Xbox Live predictions will probably come from Gnawman, honestly.
Yeah,
He's a
probably.
big Xbox head, I guess you can say.
So I'm the Nintendo guy. You're the Sony guy. He's the Microsoft guy.
I'm not really a Sony guy, honestly, though.
Yeah, but you're more excited for Sony stuff than...
Not really. I'm really fucking excited
Yakuza.
for Nintendo. Yeah, but that's unfair to say because Yakuza is like my favorite franchise like ever.
Yeah, excuses. But
I
no,
can't-
seriously, you're probably the one out of the three of us that's more excited for Sony. Him for Microsoft, me for Nintendo. You're not going to top my level of excitement for Nintendo.
No, I won't. I'm not. I honestly don't give a shit that much about E3 in general.
Well, dude, you're not supposed to reveal that in the video. Censor that.
I'll think about it.
Or make it like rap out of it, with you dancing in like a beanie to Florida.
Maybe. I just realized there's like static and stuff on my side of the video, but it's whatever.
I just realized it's a 25-minute long video too.
Yeah, but so yeah,
So check
we
us out.
reserved most of our
This is-
serious Microsoft predictions for oh man,
Yeah.
he deserves
So
it.
this is basically just our prediction type video. Maybe if you want to talk to him at some point before then,
Yeah.
and you can get like his predictions and slap them onto the end of this, or something.
No, I think we're gonna do those live. He's
Okay.
a guest. He deserves a live space.
Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter to me either way.
Yeah.
We're also gonna go make our videos now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we see you at E3.
Yep.
This is gonna be the prediction side of things. So if you're coming from one of our other two videos, we didn't give any predictions in those.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.